this journey, it's called becoming truly free, and what it takes to become free of a past like that. Number one, you have to let go of the need to prove yourself. To know that you're worthy intrinsically. You don't have to prove, you don't have to people please, just to know. The second step is to let go of the anger. There is anger that needs to be admitted, recognized, processed. I wrote hundreds of angry letters and put them in the fire. Of course, I took other people through this journey of becoming truly free, so I saw other people writing angry letters. And, you know, because I'm into the positivity mindset, but anger needs to be recognized. Like when I heard you speak, anger needs to be recognized and released, otherwise it eats at you somehow. The next step is to let go of being overly responsible. Because when I grew up, I felt responsible for everything, for my father, for my brother, for my mother, for everything that ever happened. I felt that I had a responsibility to be the one that knows, to be the one that fixes, to be the one that can figure out a solution. But when you walk through life like that, everything is a burden, because there are a lot of problems, and most problems are not ours to solve. Everyone has to solve their own problems. So releasing being overly responsible brings you into a place where you can have that joy and that childlike innocence, because we're talking about child innocence, that joy that I can have fun even if, let's say, someone has a headache. After that joy is recovered of the innocence, then we need to be able to take care of our inner child. Because someone like me, and you know, this is my story, but I've heard many stories in my work. When I left my corporate career to go into coaching, I didn't know that a lot of the people who came to me, they had issues in their past, they had abuse in their past. I was actually surprised that this would be the norm and not the exception, right? I always thought like I'm an exception and my life was hard, but there are a lot of stories of abuse that are not being told. And this is why I'm telling my story. When you keep that story to yourself, or if you have friends or family that keep the story to themselves, it is because of some sort of shame. And shame, if you know the scale of levels of consciousness, shame is very low. So it keeps us stuck, it keeps us glued to the past, to a past that we don't belong to anymore. So speaking about sharing the story, and this is the place where we come to share the story, is that place where that shame can be released and the return to innocence can be found.